Hello everyone, and this week's village is Western themed. We have both old and new pieces. The main centerpiece is this Spooky Town trolley that goes back and forth. It makes noise, sings a song, and has a bell. We're also going to take a look at two new pieces that came out this year. That one and the Full Moon Bar. So before we break down our Western village, let's take a look at the new pieces. I wanted to show everyone what the front of the Spooky Town trolley looked like, so here it is. And the first 2026 Spooky Town piece we're going to take a look at is called the Spooky Town Caboose. It's actually really nice quality, and for the price that it is, it's really good as well. It's $44.99, so you know those Michael coupons are going to be really useful when picking this one up. But we're going to take a look all around it. We're going to rotate it towards the back. I believe this is the back. And everything about this is kind of really good. It's one of the better pieces that I've bought this year. It's really heavy. It's not light at all. It's wonderful. It's definitely detail rich all around it. You have vines, bright orange pumpkins. The undead kind of laying at the back of the caboose. There's a lot going on. It's not clustered. It has like this wonderful theme to it. And there's a bunch of crows up here on it, and it's really haunting. It's really spooky. Everything about it is kind of like one of those pieces you're going to have, especially if you have this older train right here, the train that you saw in the beginning of the video. It's really going to pull everything together, especially if you're going for like a Western theme, which is what we're doing here. And so along the back of it, you can see all the vines grow up. It's really detailed. They really put a lot of work into this one, I've noticed. When you compare it to some of the other ones, its theme is perfect, everything about it, and I really think this is one you're going to pick up. I know I've already said it, but if you pick this one up, you can tie it all together with a nice, wonderful Western theme, which we're going to go into, or you can just add it to maybe some other villages. What are your ideas for this? Along the caboose, you can see right there it says caboose or boo. Rail, it says rail something, and then the sign says end of the line. Look at all of that. The windows are lit up so you can get up on top of those box cars and look out. If we bring it closer, there isn't anything inside of it at all that I can see, but you can see directly through it. So it is one of the nicer pieces this year, or at least it's a piece I really enjoy. At least one of the Spooky Towns I enjoy, and I'm glad I came up with this nice little theme that's all set up that really showcases the new piece. All right. Let's move on to the Full Moon Bar. All right, and this is the Full Moon Bar. The Full Moon Bar is $34.99. It's really light. It's definitely not as heavy as the creepy caboose, and it is quite pricey. I mean, it does have these wonderful browns. It does have like a nice little Western look to it. It has werewolves, some wonderful spooky pumpkins right up there if you want to get up close. It's really painted quite nice. It doesn't have like a lot of little parts that might break off. The pumpkin down there, let's see if we can get a look at the pumpkin, is really well secured. Same with the rat. And then you do have like 3 little miniatures that are tacked onto it. You can't really see their faces, but they are, I believe, werewolves. And so it's kind of like the end of the line for the Spooky Town Western theme. Over on the sign it says drinks, Bronco beer, Wolf whiskey, Blue Jeans gin, and it says open from dusk till dawn. So let's do a quick 360 around this piece. Here's the side, the back has a nice door, and then it kind of has that standard Spooky Town dirt. It's real light. I know you can't really feel it, but it is, and a lot of the details, the finer details, like the doors in the back, you can't really see that door on the inside if you look right there in the middle. Now let's compare the two. Let's compare the Full Moon to the Spooky Caboose. Okay, so here's a side-by-side of the two new 2026 pieces. These are smaller Spooky Town models. I'm going to call them models. This one is by far way heavier. That $10 difference really comes to show. The quality's much better. The pumpkins are much more brighter. You can definitely see it right when we take a look at this image. This one's a bit darker, but it does have a face carved into it. The creepy caboose has a lot
a lot more detail. It's definitely thicker. It's on the railroad tracks. There's a lot more story going on with the spooky caboose that you could kind of wrap your head around, and it's really, really detailed. The gates are on there nice and tight. Everything looks really good, and it doesn't really look cheap at all. And in the back of it's also. So there's definitely a lot going on. There's a whole bunch of story within this creepy caboose. Now if you can compare that over here to the full moon bar, we saw them side by side. For a $10 difference, it's definitely a little bit of a downgrade. I mean, if you love werewolves and Jacob and Twilight, and definitely aren't an Edward fan, then I can see you really enjoying this piece, especially if you're kind of going Western a little bit with it because of the wood coloring and the wood and the werewolves and their little werewolf outfits. But it's definitely one I would buy later on, probably on a deeper sale, and kind of get the ones you want, like the creepy caboose, because that one's heavy and it's fantastic, and this one's light, and for the $10 difference, it is a downgrade. All right, let's get to the fun part, breaking down our village. So if you go with this setup, this is more than likely what it's going to look like. The tram does make a lot of noise, but it doesn't have a volume switch on it. So if you're gonna turn the tram on, it's gonna be very briefly, mostly just to show it off to your friends, your family, or your kids who kind of just enjoy the noise. So let's slowly move in. We're gonna follow the tram over right before we turn it off. And then we're going to talk about our piece from left to right. And before we get started, this is like my favorite tower. I like that tower, but we'll talk more about that in a second. I just saw it. So at the start of this, we have a nice lady kind of feeding crows, taking care of all her crows. She's sitting on a beach. This is an older figure. I mean, the only two 2026s are the ones we talked about earlier. But she's feeding the crows, hanging out with them, making tons of friends and having a good old time. She is a skeleton, and of course, if she's waiting for the train, why wouldn't she feed the crows? And then we have some right here, crows and ravens, just sitting on the dirt on this nice little grass patch. And if you want to know about the styrofoam, I've talked about it in other videos. So let's talk about the scarecrow before we get to our tower. The scarecrow is actually wonderful. He's an older piece as well. It comes together with all the crows. Definitely crows and Halloweens must go together like something. But there he is, sitting there nice and scarecrowy towards the back, behind everyone, spooking everyone, scaring this lady pushing her baby, and this little girl. I don't know, both redheads adding a little bit of creepy twin vibe to it. But he's back there. And now let's get to our tower. And one of the more standout Spooky Town pieces is this tower. Danger, beware of falling blades. And it has like Spooky Town ground right there. And if you've never seen this one, it has rats along the bottom and bones, crows, owls, and spiders, and even rats up here at the top. It spins. It's really, really nice piece. It's a really nice Spooky Town figure, and I really like this one. Moving on, we have a carriage, right? That Spooky Town theme, kind of haunting. He's kind of coming to pick up the people who step off our Spooky Town trolley. And it's actually really, really nice. It's got this weird, I don't see them do this a lot, but this is supposed to be, I think, like ghost fire blasting out of the back of it. And it looks really, really good. The ground's really nice. It's got a different texture than compared to what you see over here on these other pieces. And there's all kinds of wonderful things about this one, the little Ghost Rider fire carriage. We briefly spoke about these figures right here, but here you have an old lady, or a lady with her two twin little redheads carrying her teddy bears. Oh my God, it's a twin teddy bear. Look at that. Upside down, kind of haunting the alleyway. Absolutely wonderful. It all comes together really nicely. I'm surprised how nice everything came together. And then we have three people waiting. We have an old skeleton zombie hailing the train, a nice lady, and these are all older pieces, a dog, a zombie dog waiting. They're all just waiting for the train to come down. And then kind of tying it up towards the back, we do have the skeleton. This just had to be in it. It has this same kind of standard Spooky Town ground wobbly. This one's actually new this year. Yeah, we just picked him up this year.
Some back here in the back, we have some miniature, what are these? Oh my God, tombstones. All types of tombstones, right? You have your end of the line tombstones and a ghost popping out. This is just, he's just new. I didn't even talk about him. But these are older tombstones. All 4 of them really come together, kind of make like a little haunting, spooky vibe. And then randomly we have some Spooky Town oh my God, coffins. Coffins. This one's turned a little bit of a weird direction since we want to turn them that way. And kind of like that. So maybe it's like some vampires could pop out of those or something really cool, like a nice little vampire. Kind of have everything. Werewolves, ghosts, zombies, children, psychic children, twins, rats, crows, haunted horsemen, and then ladies feeding the crows. And it all actually comes together surprisingly well. Like, it's just wonderful. It's a nice, beautiful Western village. Everything works. All the colors come together, the train, the trolley, and it just really, really has like a nice little spooky feel. You can even set this up during fall or even right now and just have it on there. There's not too much going on. It's wonderful.